What if I told you the history books got it wrong? That some of the most mind-blowing advancements in engineering, astronomy, and governance didn't come from ancient Rome or Greece, but from civilizations you might have never even heard of. Prepare to have your understanding of human history completely redefined as we unearth the truly global footprint of ancient societies. Every day, we live our lives surrounded by echoes of the past. The calendar on your wall, the numbers you use, the very concept of a democratic vote, all these are threads woven into the fabric of our modern world by hands that worked thousands of years ago. But so often, our focus narrows to just a few famous empires, leaving vast, brilliant civilizations in the shadows. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. We are going to explore the forgotten innovators and the unsung geniuses whose ideas have traveled through millennia to shape how we live, think, and connect with one another. Let's start our journey not in Europe, but in the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Here, the Sumerians did something revolutionary. They didn't just build cities. They invented the very concept of the city-state. But their true genius lay in something you probably use every single day: time. They were the ones who looked at the heavens and decided to divide the day into 24 hours, each hour into 60 minutes, and each minute into 60 seconds. This sexagesimal system, based on the number 60, is why a circle has 360 degrees. Think about that next time you check your watch or use a map. You're using Sumerian math. They also gave us the wheel, not for transportation at first, but for pottery. And of course, cuneiform, one of the earliest systems of writing, which allowed them to record laws, stories, and trade records, laying the foundation for all written history. The Code of Hammurabi, one of the oldest deciphered legal texts, introduced the idea of an eye for an eye, a principle of justice that has reverberated through legal systems for centuries. Now, let us travel across the globe to the Indus Valley, in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Around 2500 BCE, cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa flourished. What's astonishing about the Indus Valley civilization is their urban planning. These weren't haphazard collections of huts. They were meticulously planned cities with grid-like street patterns and, get this, the world's first known urban sanitation systems. Homes had private toilets connected to a sophisticated network of underground sewer drains. They had public wells, reservoirs, and elaborate water management systems. This level of civil engineering and public health focus wouldn't be seen again in many parts of the world for thousands of years. They also developed standardized weights and measures, which streamlined trade and commerce across a vast region. While we still haven't fully deciphered their script, the silent ruins of their cities speak volumes about a society that valued order, hygiene, and community welfare priorities we still strive for in our own cities today. From the organized cities of the Indus Valley, we venture into the lush jungles of Mesoamerica to meet the Maya. Often remembered for their so-called end-of-the-world prophecy, the Maya were actually brilliant astronomers and mathematicians. Their understanding of the cosmos was incredibly advanced. They developed a complex calendar system, more accurate in some ways than the one used in Europe at the time. By meticulously observing the sun, moon, and planets, they could predict eclipses and track the cycle of Venus with stunning precision. But perhaps their most profound contribution to mathematics was the independent invention of the concept of zero. This was a massive intellectual leap. Zero isn't just a placeholder, it's the foundation of modern mathematics, enabling complex calculations and the binary code that powers the device you're watching this on right now. Their legacy isn't about an apocalypse. It's about a deep intellectual curiosity that pushed the boundaries of human knowledge. Let's pivot now to Africa, far beyond the familiar sands of Egypt. In the highlands of modern-day Ethiopia, the kingdom of Aksum rose to become a major player in global trade, connecting the Roman Empire with ancient India. What made Aksum unique? They erected massive, single-stone obelisks, or stelae, some towering over 20 meters high, as grave markers for their rulers. Carving and erecting these colossal monuments required incredible engineering skill. But Aksum's lasting influence is also spiritual. In the 4th century CE, King Azana converted to Christianity, making Aksum one of the first Christian kingdoms in the world. This established a deep-rooted Christian tradition that defines Ethiopian culture to this day. They also developed their own script, Ge'ez, which is still used in Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. Aksum shows us that Africa was not a continent waiting to be discovered, but a hub of powerful, innovative, and culturally rich empires that actively shaped global networks. Next, we sail across the Pacific to the Andes Mountains of South America, home of the Inca Empire. Without wheeled vehicles, written language as we know it, or currency, they built a massive, sophisticated empire stretching for thousands of miles. How did they do it? Through masterful engineering and administration. They constructed an incredible road system, the Capac-N, spanning over 40,000 kilometers through treacherous mountain terrain. This network, complete with bridges, tunnels, and rest stops, allowed them to move armies, goods, and information with remarkable speed. And how did they keep track of it all? With the quipu, an ingenious device of knotted strings. Different knots, colors, and placements could record everything from census data and tax obligations to historical narratives. It was a complex, three-dimensional information system. Their agricultural innovations, like terrace farming, transformed steep mountainsides into productive farmland, allowing them to feed millions. The Inca Empire is a testament to human ingenuity and the ability to create immense complexity with unconventional tools. And we can't forget ancient China, a cradle of civilization that has given the world what are often called the 4 great inventions. First, papermaking. Before Kai Lun standardized the process around 105 AD, writing materials were cumbersome and expensive. Paper made knowledge accessible and portable, revolutionizing communication and education. Then, there's printing. Movable type, invented by Bai Sheng centuries before Gutenberg, allowed for the mass production of texts. Compass navigation opened up the oceans, enabling epic voyages of discovery like those of Admiral Zheng He, whose fleets were far larger than anything seen in Europe at the time. And of course, gunpowder. Initially used for fireworks, its military application would go on to reshape warfare and the balance of power across the entire globe. But China's influence goes even deeper into philosophy with Confucianism, which shaped governance and social ethics across East Asia, and into medicine with practices like acupuncture that are still used worldwide. So what does this all mean for us? It means that human progress isn't a straight line leading from one famous European capital to another. It's a rich, complex, and global tapestry woven with threads from every corner of the earth. The Sumerians gave us time. The Indus Valley gave us clean cities. The Maya gave us the number 0. Aksum showed us the power of faith and engineering in Africa. The Inca built an empire with roads and knots, and ancient China equipped the world with tools to spread ideas. These civilizations, and so many others we didn't have time to mention, prove that brilliance is a universal human trait. Their stories challenge us to look beyond the familiar and appreciate the diverse origins of our modern world. The next time you check the time, use GPS, or even just flush a toilet, take a moment to think of the ancient minds who made it possible. Their legacy is not buried in dusty ruins. It's alive and well, all around us, every single day. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you found this as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into our amazing shared history. Let me know in the comments which ancient civilization you find most inspiring. See you in the next video.